If we perform as a unit and if every single player gives it his very best, everything can happen. Goalkeepers need an element of insanity. I think Neuer changed the game of goalkeeping in the World Cup. The goalkeeper plays in a psychological position, and he's dealing with mental things. I wanted to describe the things I've done wrong and, most of all, what I've done right, so that other people, including those in other professions, could learn from my experiences. If I play, I try to concentrate on producing my best. It took me a long time to realize that football isn't martyrdom, but a game that's enjoyable, and one in which getting better at it is supposed to be fun. Perhaps it would have been better if I had understood this as a young man. I have a feeling we are going to be world champions. I can't really explain why. Brazil are probably the best team in the world in terms of individual players. But the team with the most gifted players do not always win. Big matches on the big stage are often decided at the back. I am firmly convinced that you shouldn't necessarily emphasize hedonism, especially at the beginning of a career, but should instead focus entirely on performance. The realization that you're not always standing down there on the field merely to win, to be successful, was very liberating. One can be successful by helping the team, the other players. All of a sudden I felt the kind of empathy for people that I hadn't. It looked pretty wild, but I was actually in control of myself. I've never really injured anyone throughout my career. I would never have thought I was capable of sitting on the bench as the number 2 man. And it showed me that you can really achieve everything in life, even the unthinkable, as long as you're willing to work on yourself a little bit. I have always seen myself as an athlete. Of course, I made the mistake of unintentionally opening the door to my private life by just a crack. I wouldn't do the same thing again. It has to be accepted that my private life is private, and if that isn't the case, I have to do something about it. I was so obsessed with football that you could say I was taking the goal home with me at night. And then one day the system fell apart. A Germany team should not be afraid going into a tournament. History shows that we can raise the level of our game when it matters.